recently did a deal with Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that.
So CareerBuilder has done a large relationship with Facebook. As we all know, social networking has evolved, and a lot of our clients were asking us how do they participate or how do they engage these audience. So what we've gone out is established a relationship where we have a couple of components of it. One, we have several presences for CareerBuilder and targeted media to the Facebook audience to drive to CareerBuilder pages, and then we also have a relationship in which we can resell targeted media for specific employers to their own sites within the Facebook community. So what this allows us to do is it allows our clients to leverage our learnings or the learnings that we have, with Facebook to figure out if that's a proper way to engage truly the millennials or Generation Y. It's for us, it's another way in which we know that our audience that employers are going to want are out on the internet, and can we engage them to drive them to applying for jobs.
So you're helping companies create a Facebook presence on Facebook via what you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any success stories that you can talk about of companies doing that?
Yeah, I mean we had one that was a summer seasonal delivery company, and they needed to, in a short amount of time, get their target demo was males who are in their late teens, upper 20s to be summer delivery drivers. In a short amount of time, they were able to get about 150 drivers to meet their summer quotas. So driving along, being able to provide that. Facebook growing so rapidly, they probably wouldn't have been able to figure out how to work with a company that needed this need so quickly to engage in them. And we've also signed several other. We have healthcare companies. We have large engineering companies that have partnered with us. We're all trying to engage in that audience.
Your own fan site
Mm-hmm.
to date has a little over 3,500
Mm-hmm.
fans. Is that a success to you? Is it a work in progress? Is it more than you expected or less than you expected?
Well, I think it is a success, but as we evolve through this thing, it's difficult. Being what we are, we're not going to have the consumer passion behind it as, say, Apple or some consumer packaged goods. It is. I always like to equate my business is essentially a durable good purchase. Meaning I want someone to come to my site, engage in my activity, use my tools, and not be back on my site for several years, because employers want someone's going to be, you don't want a serial job seeker. We all search for the passive candidate. Well, that passive candidate is someone who's been in a job for a long time. So for us to gauge it strictly on the number of fans would be difficult, because I'm never going to get as many fans as Apple. But on the flip side, do I want to have 10,000, 15,000 fans? Yeah, so it's a work in progress, but to say it's just on the number of fans would be difficult for me to say is the metric in which, when we entered the relationship, that we were going to define success.
Okay. It recently came out that you guys were launching an app for the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Apple. Talk about that and your mobile strategy in large, or what your bigger picture is.
Well, mobile's something that we've been experimenting for several years and trying to figure it out. What we know is the adoption rate of the U.S. consumer on handheld devices isn't what it is in other places in the world. Everybody points to the Far East, Korea, Japan, for instance, and but we know, probably much so even driven by the millennials or Generation Y, that's going to increase. And to figure out different ways in which we can, as I always said, my job is to figure out getting jobs in front of job seekers, a way in which we can engage that platform. It's another distribution platform. We've been trying at it since 2004. Truthfully, we had some things that weren't home runs by any stretch of the imagination, but it's something that's going to continue to be increasingly active. So, you know, our relationship with an iPhone application is just the next iteration. And I think most people who've engaged with an iPhone, you know, the reason why the iPhone has been successful is because it is much more easily digestible than previous handheld device experiences, right? I mean, you talk to people who have iPhones and, you know, they wouldn't give it up for the world. And for us, you know, to get in initially with them, for us, it was just a great way for us to initially get into further figuring this thing out.
You touched on your international growth through mobile. Talk about your focus on the international markets.
Well, internationally, you know, we have expanded pretty rapidly over the past few years. You know, we've organically launched in Canada, the UK, Germany, France recently, Spain. We've acquired sites in Greece, the Netherlands, and Sweden. You know, we believe that this business model makes sense on a global standpoint. You know, we believe that the execution on much of it is handled best at a local level, because at the end of the day, you know, recruiting is a human event. You know, no matter how much you put technology in it, you know, people are going to get face-to-face, and companies are going to do business face-to-face. You know, hiring someone, you know, I don't know if there will ever be a day where, you know, you put in a spreadsheet or a resume of things, amount of candidates, and out comes the #1 candidate, and you hire them without ever, for lack of a better term, kicking the tires or meeting face to face. So we've been really excited about the leaders that we've brought in, whether we've acquired or put them organically, and we're excited about our growth.
Cool. Well, let's play buy, sell, or hold.
Okay.
You know how to play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, #1, newspapers.
Newspapers, you know, certainly, you know, they've been challenged.
You can just say buy, sell, or hold.
Buy, sell, or hold. I would hold.
Hold. Recession.
I would hold.
Blogs.
Obviously, you're going to buy.
Social networking.
Social networking, I would buy. Definitely. I mean, how it exactly translates into the recruitment space, we're all trying to figure it out. But, you know, I think their place in the U.S. consumer media consumption, you know, I would buy. Would I buy? You know, you see it, some of the valuations.
You cautiously buy that one.
No, I would absolutely buy. You look at, you know, just look at a week ago, not a week ago, 2 days ago, what now LinkedIn's at. That's certainly, somebody's buying that.
Yeah, definitely. Vertical job search engines.
I would hold.
The eHarmony of job site phenomenon.
I would sell.
Cheesehead.
I would definitely buy. How could you not like this man?
Good enough. Good
He's
enough.
part man, part blog,
Right.
and in my world, mog. But the only problem that we have with him, because where I'm from, it's generally told us this: if it's brown, flush it down. Go Bengals.
Thank you, Richard. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.